Hello again. Now, as the Thabo Bester saga continues to unravel, police and prisons union, that's Popcru, says public-private partnerships to run prisons are a recipe for disaster. The trade union today is holding today a roundtable discussion about the viability of these partnerships. Pule Letshwiti-Jones was monitoring that dialogue earlier in Pretoria. He's now back with us here in our studios in Hyde Park in Joburg, just to give us a live update of what really took place there. It looks like everybody is now concerned about, let's say, the capabilities and the security around our prisons, especially those like Mangaung, from where Thabo Bester escaped, which are managed by private companies.
Everyone says, especially Popcru, that heads should roll. But Popcru specifically saying that the contract G-Force was contracted to Mangaung facilities should be terminated with immediate effect. They are saying that this will pave a right step in the right direction for accountability. And they had a roundtable today where they intensified a discussion saying that they will be meeting with officials from the Department of Correctional Services regarding this matter. They have been quite consistent with that, a claim and slamming G-Force to say they are the reasons behind this. In fact, they go on to make allegations that Thabo Bester was given special treatment while behind bars, while behind the cells. And therefore, they believe that a government should take control of all the correctional facilities and play 100% oversight. But when asked about the question, to say that we've seen how government officials perform in other institutions, particularly state-owned entities as well, they're saying that political will is required here. So they give you a reason, but it's not quite pragmatic as to if you're substituting private securities, who then comes in? What's the alternative remedy or solution?
Thinking, what is the alternative? I mean, are other prisons more secure than the ones in private hands currently?
In fact, it turns out that there are more skills private security companies are coming with and more technology kind of processes and resources they're coming in with. But G-Force, the Popcru is still quite consistent, and they're still reaffirming their stance to say that despite all of this, there shouldn't be any private security involved.
I mean, you were there. They shared a couple of other concerns as well. But what stood out for you? Because we might be able to listen to exactly some of what was said now.
Well, when we were there, they told us about how there were special treatment which was given to other inmates as well. In fact, I wrote this down, more than Thabo Bester. In fact, they say that inmates were being referred to as clients inside the Mangaung correctional facilities,
I mean, really?
So there's quite a lot that has been saying that. So Popcru is quite adamant that G4S hasn't done a stellar job in terms of doing what they were mandated to do by the Department of Correctional Services as well. And Popcru saying that they will be pushing to have that meeting with the Department of Correctional Service. We did reach out to DCS, and they said that they will not be replying at this stage. But we know that the Minister, Ronald Lamola, had a discussion, of course, yesterday with one of our colleagues, Prof. JJ Tabane, in which he said that they were re-evaluating the contract of G4S.
Yeah, let's listen to what the President of Popcru had to say when you were there.
This issue is very complex. In such a way that to terminate those contracts, it comes as a burden to the Department of Correctional Service. Firstly, there's issue of cost that comes to the department, because you know that the government is always saying they don't have money, but because now once they took over these two private institutions, so meaning that the very same 5% that they were contributing is going to expand. The demand is going to be very high. And remember, these two private institutions, what they do, they have many programs that requires technology and all the stuff that the Department of Correctional Service might not have, and skilled people to do that. Yes, they might want to inherit staff members as well, but the process on its own is very broad. And yes, remember, this public institute, they do also have escape. It's just that it's not reported like the way the Bester one was reported. It's not receiving that attention. So now, if this Bester issue insists them already, they invoke Section 112, so of which they want to see
Apologies, you see, Pule, I should have left you introduce that bite because I got the name wrong. Who was speaking there?
Well, that was Professor Chimangatso Makatse, safety and security expert as well from UNISA, saying that it will be quite costly for government to terminate this contract, saying that Popcru should come up with more productive alternative solutions. And you just can't terminate contracts just like that. There are processes, there are clauses, there are contractual obligations that have to be adhered to, legal processes also have to follow before you just consider actually cutting down contracts.
Thank you very much. Pule Letshwiti-Jones, just summing up for us what happened there at the trade union Popcru's briefing about this whole issue of the public-private partnerships regarding our prisons.